Okay, so I already started and I'm an idiot. I forgot to hit the record button. So starting the record right now, making another tier list. This tier list is season 14 and it's a week before SWC right now. So this is pretty much also a prediction for SWC. I like to use the 100 to like 0 range. Did it in the previous tier list, you might have seen those. So already placed in a few units. Artemil, like some units have like really good value with like the artifacts. And Artemil, Ragdoll still really high up there. Hathor, Nephthys, Jaeger. I think Jaeger was earlier up here, but I think he's just there. For the Beast Riders, all of them have like 53 to 54 win rate. Like I have this thing for the win rate. Some of you have seen this already. This is just data I collected. It's like 8,000 matches since last massive patch. So this is actually all post massive patch. So this is all post artifacts. So yeah. So yeah, we have like Barbara 54, Savannah pretty much 54, and then Marsha 53. But the pick rate is pretty different, and that's why the difference is. And Bastet is higher than normally because I kind of feel like people can use her for like other things as well. Jotun must be will on PC10. Yeah, I really recommend Jotun. Well, you can go with Crow, but either way I would go at least double will, but preferably triple will, always. Okay, let's continue. And I threw in some units that are, oh yeah, LDs and stuff like that, but not that good. Also Leica, I just checked Leica on the win rate, and Leica win rate is 44%, so yeah, don't think Leica is too great. Sure, can work for some people, but it's not too great. I think Leo is pretty solid right now. It's a good counter to like a whole bunch of teams like Savannah, so it's not up here. What's the win rate of a Leo actually? That's Leona. Leo 49. 49 is pretty solid with a decently high pick rate actually. Yeah, maybe I one up Leo. I think Leo is pretty solid in current meta. Segment. I've seen some people being used segment. Wait, let me check what's 50 points, like a 50 high. That's actually pretty solid. I think she's pretty solid unit in general. Light and fire need a nerf. Wait, need a nerf or buff? Fire doesn't need a buff. Fire is insanely good. Fire is super underrated, man. If a unit is 53 win rate, they don't need a buff. Light one does need a buff, yes, but the fire one, no. I think fire one is really good. You just need to make a bruiser, and that's all. Dark Demon, Laser. They are like this. Just yeah, win rate's starting to lack a bit. I don't know. I feel like people are more used to countering him, so I think he's still really dangerous in like a good draft. But before, I think I had him like up here. I think currently, I think just there. Show Molly win rate, KW. I can show something better. Molly pick rate. Molly pick rate is fucking retarded. Molly is an overtuned retarded unit. Molly pick rate is nearly 33%. So in all matches, at least 1/3 of the matches there's a Molly, and Molly is on 53.66 win rate. So if we check like win rate by that, Molly's pretty high up. Wow, Gianna's fucking high up too. Whoa. Well, actually, I didn't exclude any data this time, so all of my data is in here with Gianna as well, and I follow a few other Giannas, so that's putting things a little bit out of balance. That's why this data is open to interpretation, and that's why I don't really share it that much, because people are gonna be taking it like as a strict guideline, but the strict guideline it is not, because it's like a lot of variables. I know it, and I'm not gonna explain that to like everyone that's like watching it every time. But also, people don't, like, for example, people just see something and they assume something and they don't listen to the video. They just click like right till the end or whatnot. So therefore, it's not too useful to share this data most of the time. Yes. Because, for example, I use Gianna a lot. I'm gonna increase this win rate like by a lot. Like if I have like 300 matches on Gianna, and I have like a 75% win rate with her. Yeah, this number is gonna be like that much higher. But yeah, okay, let's continue. Isis. I haven't seen Isis in ages. What's a Tableau win rate? Tableau win 56. Wait, Tableau is supposedly one of the highest win rates then, right? Wait, where's Tableau? Yeah, Tableau is one of the highest win rates. Holy Jesus. Okay, that unit is yeah. Don't see too many people. It really should just parse around there. Yeah, this is data I collected by myself. It's legit like refreshing the best list and parsing that day, like using the optimizer and then just doing whatever. Is damage reduction on passive of Martian too much? FIFA Chill. I don't know about FIFA Chill. I always put up FIFA Chill pretty high, but there was like win rate was FIFA was pretty high, but also it's still pretty decent. The thing is with FIFA Chill, people are like, FIFA Chill is so terrible. But if you think about FIFA Chill is pretty much a Triana on higher base stats with a different skill 3. So legit, a Triana on higher base stats is already like a big thing. So that makes her pretty good, and FIFA Chill always has the potential to be able to set up for a one-shot. So yeah, I feel like FIFA Chill is still like in the core of like really strong LD5s. And you don't need like the Josephine FIFA Chill combination, blah blah blah. No, not at all. She just works with like pretty much anything next to her that's like decently tuned and whatnot. Like you just need one unit that goes after her. Well, two if one of them got bad. But And you just run her like straight damage because skill 1, like it's Triana on higher base or a higher base stats. S1 is gonna do a shit ton of damage. Triana as well. Triana, I feel like Triana's getting a little bit like outclassed by other units. Yeah, 47. I started using Triana a bit more last season, but I feel like, still pretty solid unit though. But it's, yeah, solid unit 75. Solid enough for 75. What is an Oberon win rate? Oberon 53, but again, not that many people use Oberon. But I think Oberon is pretty. Yeah, Oberon is pretty legit. But I'd say 80. And Daphnis, I think I also say 80. I don't think Daphnis is that great, but what's Daphnis win rate? 44. Okay, I'm gonna go for this, and I've done this differently in previous tier lists, and I think I had Daphnis like way above and Oberon like below, but I feel like Oberon is more consistent, or that much better to be building more consistent. And Daphnis is a straight up freaking stupid coin flip. It's a dumb unit actually. It's very hard to use. Where I've seen some people making good use of Oberon these days. It's difficult to rune, definitely. It's really not easy. It's difficult to build like a good team around it, definitely. But with Oberon, you can actually pull off like some good stuff. Where with Daphnis, you just trade units pretty much. Bolvik, I think Bolvik is one of those units that's really benefiting artifacts, because you can go like recovery skill 3, accuracy skill 1, and then you just add in like extra damage from like HP, or you add in like speed on their inability and stuff like that. Yeah, that's, I think, Oberon, or not Oberon, Bolvik. Did I say balance? I don't know. Bolvik. This Bolvik is doing pretty well. Daphnis is better, too scary. I don't know, like, to be honest, like if you let's say you play a lot of Vanessa Triana, if you put those on like damage reduction for fire, there's Daphnis is not gonna one shot them. And Subsapien, I know you're an Oberon user, so you feel it's like not that great, but I think it's pretty good. Oh, here we have this idiotic, stupid unit. Is it that good? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm biased because I don't have her, but I think she's fucking overtuned. What do you guys say? 95? 95 or 90? I feel like she's actually 95, 95, because in certain drafts you just cannot kill anything. Like if there's a Molly, 85, 90. Okay, because people say 85, I'm not going 95. But if you look at her, like Molly has a freaking high win rate for a freaking high pick rate. It's just a super difficult unit to deal with. Heal block. Yeah, but how many consistent units have heal block? Like if you check this whole list, what we picked right now, I count 1, 2, 3, and that's all the same family of heal blockers. Well, technically Tabla has a heal block, but pretty much none of these units have a heal block so far. There's not too much units that are consistent that have heal blocks. So, and then you pair it with a Tetra and your heal block is gone. So also Molly is highly affected by artifacts. Molly gets so fucking good with artifacts, it's fucking crazy. Vigor skill 1 is 1 turn. It's too short. But yes, Vigor skill 1, but it's just 1 turn. Okay, let's continue. Pisama, gimmicky. What's a win rate of an... Win rate is... I did use Rocky from time to time. She's pretty decent. I think she's an okay-ish Molly counter too. Okay-ish. But I'd say here. She's not as good as these, but she has her usage. Lucian. Should I drop Lucian here? Lucian is... I think the cleats are actually pretty terrible right now. Even worse than before. I don't know if it's just me, but I haven't lost to a single Lucian yet this season. Celia, I think Celia is gimmicky-ish, not that great. 46 win rates, really low pick rates. And I would give her more than that. Do you think Charlotte has any use in RTA? Yeah, if you use like a full AoE CC team. What's the difference between Jaeger and Ragdoll? Why Ragdoll still OP after nerf? Because Ragdoll enables other units. Like, Ragdoll makes other units shine. Jaeger is just Jaeger. He's a solo man. That's why Ragdoll is a support unit, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. Let's skip this song. Charlotte runes could be anything damages. Yeah, I don't know. Ragdoll Marsha, yeah, but like not even like Ragdoll anything. Like that's the thing. Like Ragdoll can be paired with anything. Ragdoll is still a first pick. Jaeger is not a first pick. Ooh, Gianna, the one and only. But straight. If her bomb and her S3 would be always landing, I would put her here at 105. But because of like RNG, I put her at 95. This is just the RNG factor. Otherwise, she would be at 105 in my opinion, because she's really OP. But RNG factor fucks her up that much that she's 95. Not gonna lie. Like, I'm a Gianna user, I know she's OP. Like, I'm not gonna be like, ah, my unit is not that great. No, I know she's OP. Sierra. What's Sierra win rate? I think Sierra win rate actually became a little bit higher. 50-ish. 50-ish. For that much pick rate, it's actually not bad, but she is 80, I'd say. Yeah, she's solid 80. There might be a moment that I'm gonna drag everything one down and gonna make more splits, because I think I'm feeling I'm picking too much units at the same rank, but I'm not sure about that yet. Juno, I think Juno is a unit that's really affected by artifacts and is pretty good actually. Juno, and it has a terrible win rate of 46. I feel she's good. I feel like the top players that make her work, yeah. Gianna deserves a double wrist check. I disagree with that, but that's my opinion as a Gianna user. If they would nerf her, they would like nerf her some other how, like adding like +1 cooldown on skill 3 or something. Juno with speed on and abilities would be great. Yeah, that's pretty great, but also adding speed on damage is pretty great. Okay, thanks for the follows, by the way, guys. I highly appreciate it. But I don't have a second monitor right now, so it's pretty difficult to read chat, keep up with the follows and everything. But everyone that's following, highly appreciated always. Beta is also pretty good right now. I'm not sure what a win rate is, but maybe just because of Han. Beta win rate is 53, and it's probably just Han users. More gimmicky-ish. Yeah, like with Han, she's up here. Without Han, she's... Because with Han, you can use her as a tech bar booster. But without, she's there. So, yeah. Bit conditional. Pause the check. I'm a Johnny user, but without Sierra. Waiting for Light Monkey to replace Qing Tian Da Sheng. Oh, he's somewhere at the bottom. We'll get there at some point. Miho. I think people got over the point where, oh, Miho is so OP, Miho is so OP. It's like, get good. Just draft accordingly. Okay, still 50% win rate. It's not that bad. In a good draft. Like, if they go full light and dark, that actually works. But if you, like, I had that today. I had a Miho against Ragdoll Molly. And Molly gave the shield to Ragdoll. Ragdoll attacked my Miho. Miho attacked back, but you don't break the shield, but you still get reflect damage even though there is a shield. Which is really stupid, and then Miho just kills herself because of the shield of Molly. So, is it a nerf? Well, technically Miho was about to solo like Miho could solo like these 3 units. But because of like the Ragdoll nerf, she cannot, or it makes it more difficult because of the reflect damage. So yeah, is the nerf that really that much of a nerf? In most ways, yes. In this way, no. Oh, here we have Monkey, Light Monkey. Let's see. I know Thompson's doing really well with it, but I'm not sure overall. Overall, this is probably just mainly Thompson, 127 picks, which is not that much. Win rate is high though. I think he's pretty solid. Would I trade my Dark Monkey for Light Monkey? Oh hell yes. Is he super OP? Not that much. I would say 80. I would say 80 is pretty solid, yeah. Just because he's not used that much. Or not that much, barely actually. But Shiho, I think Shiho is on a really low win rate right now, but I think people are not artifacting their Shiho good enough. Yeah, 46, but Shiho, like, the moment you get a Barbara, you throw away your Shiho. Like, Shiho is like dumpster level compared to Barbara. the living hell out of artifacts until I can use same team I use for D10. That is an option, that's definitely an option. But then I would have to use my Julie for DB10 and that's impossible. Leona. I feel like people figured out Leona, but she's still pretty impactful. Leona, 51 win rate, not too high pick rate. Yeah, I feel like Leona. Molong, especially with like Molly. Molong might be pretty, whoops. Oh, Molly, no, Molong, 43, wow, that's actually terrible. Whoa, what the fuck? Okay, we keep him there. Is a lot better. I would argue to one down her. I would argue to one down her, but that's it. I think Amelia's pretty solid. I don't see many Molong Balfric anymore. Why? I don't know why. I think it's too much of one element. That's often a problem with like any team combination. And I don't know, to be honest. I've seen some, but not too many. I think it's also best paired with like Harmonia, Artemil, that kind of shit, so. Okay, I won down. I won down. Josephine, still a stupid unit that's only good when she procs. Otherwise she's shit. Josephine win rate, 42%. Yes, that's her proc rate pretty much, 42. And after that she's absolutely terrible. Wunsa. Wunsa. I won down Wunsa from Chiwo because of speed lead. Simply that. Like, it's pretty much the same unit, but speed lead is just better than overall, like, outclassing on, like... Chiwo is a team player, and Wunsa is not a team player. With Krakan one. Are you recording this? Yes, I'm recording it. Let's put in some OGs. I've seen people use more NFLs for a little bit, and then people still stop doing that. 41% win rate on NFL. That's probably why people stop doing that. Yeah, just okay. I lost NFL somewhere. If I click it and drag it and it doesn't drag correctly, then the unit just piles up somewhere. Oh, there she is. Yeah, not that great. Not that great. Okay, and this is getting shorter at least. It's taking a bit, but we're getting there. Rika, I always have thought Rika's pretty solid. It's a solid last pick. I would have to do this. I think Rika's actually better than Belinus, and yeah, they are on the same level. So I up one for Asuma. Yeonhang is I can put in Yeonhang. Skydancer somewhere at the bottom, right? Yeah. Yeonhang, I feel like she's a 90. I had her at 95 before, but her win rate dropped, so I'm not really sure what happened. I also had less problems with her, but she is good scaling of artifacts though. I have to give her that, but for some reason people are not making good use of her, so Yeonhang is at a 50% win rate. I cannot give 95 to a unit that's 50% win rate. Like that's just... She's really good, but yeah. Barbara is still good after nerf. Yeah, Barbara is really good simply because Barbara nerf only happens when she dies. If she doesn't die, it's still the same, pretty much. So, is it worse? No. Like, just the mechanic of, like, being able to win when you're, like, losing, that one is, like, decreased. But, like, winning when you're winning, that's still the same. Seina's so bad. Seina's just a cleaver. It's Nah, I want to one up Zeratul. Zeratul is better than these, but Nasha is also better than these, I would say. Yeah. Lucifer, nah, one trick pony. It just works in one cleave, and that's it. Oh, Phalantus. People are asking for Phalantus. I feel like Phalantus is a pretty decent stripper, but it's also not too great. Like, there's no speed lead, there's a lot of, like, nut stuff in there, so... Sure, there's Provoke and Strip, which is pretty nice. But... I think he's on the list for Phalantus. He's on a high win rate, wow, but a really low pick rate, so it's just 1 or 2 people that are using him. Maybe one up him, 75, is that fair? It's a decent stripper, though. It's a decent stripper, but I think like there's so much better options than that. I would even put Triton. Panda's it. Well, if I find him, I'll find him. Otherwise, oh, here's Panda. Tian Leng. I would arguably say 90. If his win rate is above 53 or above, I put him 90. Otherwise, Tian Lang. What? Tian Lang's 56? Okay, arguably, I put Tian Lang there, but I think that's too high for him. What? 56? That's insanely high. Which side? My side, localhost. What do you guys think? 95 or 90? I think he's like, I've seen Tian Langs do so much damage with like good artifacts. Like Tian Langs, not enough picked for 95. Fair, fair. 5% pick rate, fair, fair. Yes, I agree with that. 90, yes. Pick rate is too low. But I think people should pick him more because if you have good artifacts on Tian Lang, shit does so much damage. He cycles so many turns. Like if you pick Tian Lang against a ragdoll, he just gets so many turns. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, I agree with like the comments. He's not as picked as much, but he's super solid. He's super solid, and his damage output currently is insane. It's really artifact based, but pretty solid. Lima second, the Light Oracle, more than Ragnar. Yeah, no, like that's the thing why I don't share this. Like, yes, it is a higher win rate, yes, but that's why I don't share this website. It's a local host. It's made by me, no one else. But I also have the data, no one else. That's what I meant to say. But therefore, like this doesn't make any sense because it's just one guy using Lima that probably has like a 65% win rate plus. So same for this Mina. It's not used that much. Same for this Tableau. So therefore, it doesn't make sense to say like, oh, Lima is better than like Gianna, Tian Lang, Ragdoll, Neftis, blah blah blah, yada yada. So this data needs some more like interpretation than just seeing like the plain data. So therefore I don't share this thing because then I have to explain or people are like assuming like weird things and shit like that. And also like if I would explain it in a video, people would not watch it because that's what people do. They just see a list and they're like, okay, this is it. I do share this tier list in just a list though. But then if people have like weird interpretations, I mostly get the asking ask the question why is a chroma that high and that kind of shit. Yeah. Triton. Triton is still pretty solid. Triton is still pretty solid. Akia, I wonder how much Akia win rate is. Akia win rate 45. I kinda expected more from her, but let's go there. Alexandra. She's not on the list. She is not on the list. Okay, great. Barely used that. Lydia's just it's just the cleave. It's just the cleave. Surely you can be using her for like more than that, but in general, just the cleave. Lima, how good is Lima? I put her here. She's not bad, but she's not great. Amduat, I feel like Amduat's not as great anymore as it was. Before you had a lot of teams where you can just roll in because they didn't have any will, but currently, bit worse, bit worse. Vanessa, Fran, let's try to find these. Oh, here's Fran. I think Fran is still a solid 80. I think Fran is a little bit below 50 win rate probably. Oh wow, 51, Jesus. 51 for Fran, that's... Arguably 85, but I don't want to... Fran 85? She's picked that often though. Like 43% with 51 win rate. Well, arguably 50, like 85. Arguably 85. What do you think about Abellio? Abellio is 75, good healer. Can work pretty decent with artifacts as well, but it's not the greatest thing like in there, but it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. Itchy nose. Fuck AC. What would you rate Nikki? Nikki is like NFL level for me, maybe one up. Nah, NFL level. Because she's used even less. Can put Nikki in there. Similar stats. Dover. I've seen some people use Dover to like decent success, but it's more like a gimmicky issue unit like last pick. But it can be pretty solid then. Alexandra. Same thing. I think Alexandra is actually pretty decent like compared to some other stuff. Like Elena. Because Elena is pretty straightforward and pretty bad. Julian. I would say Julian's 75. That one, but maybe +1. Nah, I can give her +1. I can see her use of like people not knowing if she's FIO or Swift. Ying, no. Yang, no. Fang Yang is used 42 win rate. Yeah, okay, for the sake of it being used, I'm gonna put it in there, but please stop using Fang Yang, the boy. Just for the sake of filling in all LD5s in there. up. I'm doubting for Mina, but that's about it actually. No. Charlotte, I think Charlotte, did I put Charlotte yet? Did I put Charlotte? Oh, someone was asking about this one. Oh, this unit is never used, it's terrible. Yeah, soon I'm gonna have to make a new tier as well. It doesn't count for RTA yet because new units are coming out, but there won't be an RTA right away. Charlotte is, I think, there. Mananan for the sake of LD5s. Yeah, similar. Nah, it's same as like others, kind of. Draco Gemini. Brownies. And Draco. Right over there. Let me show you why, because Draco win rate is probably... Oh, Draco win rate is actually 46. Better than I thought. Better than I thought. But still shit. Gemini. 45. Yeah, also not a big fan of Gemini, to be honest. Like, people like make it about use Gemini, but I think if people like make it about would stop using Gemini, it would probably be better. Would probably be better. Wait, is the 2 times rate going on? Or the no, 2 times rate, the free rate? Probably in 1 hour, right? 1 hour, 30 minutes, okay. Okay. Season right now is 14, yes. Bella, Cannon Girl. Correct. Here. I think I have in all LD5s right now, all used units. I'm not gonna put in units that are like never drafted, because then the list is gonna be like unnecessarily long with like units that are not used. Like Brandia, for example, it's not used. Do I miss any? Let me know if I'm missing. Dark Sylph. Do people use that shit? Is that what you mean? Archibald? People don't Last 2 times I took like an hour and a half. Getting faster at this shit. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think this is about it. Like, we got a whole bunch more 90s. Like, compared to the last one, there's one less unit on 95. There's a whole bunch more units on 90. I think 85 is pretty same. 80 is pretty same. Yeah. For the amount of pick rate, I'm gonna -1 this one. Yeah, I feel like that's fair. No art masters? Oh, there's no art masters on this. Well, let's say drunken masters are art masters. Then I would put the dark one over here. I put the water one over there. I will put the fire one over there. I will put the wind one over there, and I would put the light one over there. That's how I would rate the art masters. That's definitely how I would rate the art masters. The bay. Okay, what's the bay? What kind of? It's not Anubis. Anubis is at the top. Yeah, okay. The bay.